Last year, 6 million Americans adopted a pet, and most of them will tell you the same thing. It saved them. You didn't plan to fall this hard. Maybe it started with a photo someone sent you, a rescue dog with one ear up and one ear down, a tiny kitten that could fit in your palm. And you thought, just one visit. That was the last rational decision you made, because now you talk to them when you walk through the door. You rearrange your entire sleeping position so they're comfortable. You've spent real money on their birthday cake. And here's what nobody tells you. That's not you being weird. That's your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health found something that changes everything about how we understand this. When you look into your dog's eyes, when you pet your cat before you've even had coffee, your brain releases oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that fires between a mother and her newborn child. Your brain doesn't say, this is an animal. It says, this is family. And right now, in America, that matters more than ever. Because loneliness has reached what the U.S. Surgeon General officially called an epidemic. Over 50% of American adults report feeling measurably alone. Not just, sometimes, regularly. We live in a country where you can have 800 followers and still come home to a completely silent apartment, where you can be surrounded by people all day and still feel like nobody really sees you, and then you open your front door and something runs toward you like you just came back from war. It doesn't matter that you were only gone 40 minutes. It doesn't matter that you're exhausted, behind on bills, stressed about things you can't control. To them, you coming home is the best thing that's happened all day, every single day. Psychologists call this unconditional positive regard, one of the rarest experiences a human being can have, to be accepted completely, without performance, without condition. Most people spend years in therapy trying to feel what a dog gives you in the first 30 seconds of walking through the door. And this isn't just emotional, it's physical. Studies from Harvard and the Americans Heart Association show that pet owners have lower blood pressure, recover faster from illness, and live measurably longer lives, not because of a pill, not because of a program, because of a living thing that needs them and loves them and stays. That word, stays, means something different in America today. We live in a culture of options: swipe left, unfollow, ghost, move on. Relationships are more fragile than they've ever been. Friendships fade when someone moves cities. Family you only see at Thanksgiving. Everything feels a little more temporary, except them. Your pet has never once considered leaving you for someone more interesting, and in a country where that kind of loyalty has become genuinely rare, people aren't just attached to their pets, they're anchored to them. There's one more thing that doesn't get talked about enough. Purpose, the morning walk, the feeding schedule, the vet appointment you put in your calendar months in advance. These aren't inconveniences, they're structure. They're a reason to get up when getting up feels hard. Mental health professionals have documented this for years in people fighting depression, anxiety, grief, and one of the most consistent stabilizing forces in their recovery, an animal that needs them to show up. So when someone calls their dog their baby or ugly cries at the vet the way they'd cry in a hospital, that's not dramatic. That's a person's who found one of the purest emotional bonds available to them in a world that's moving too fast, asking too much and offering too little real connection in return. Psychology doesn't see that as excessive. It sees it as human, because at the end of the day, after the noise, the notifications, the pressure of everything, there's a quiet moment. You sit down, and something warm moves closer to you. Not because it wants anything, not because it needs something right now, just because you're there. And that's enough. That's the bond 66% of American households have built their entire daily routines around. And given everything we're all carrying right now, who could blame them?